See ya, Kai, guys. I love you. Even though no one else seems to.
Thank you for calling the Merritt Law Firm.
The Merritt Law
For legal
Firm.
services, press 1.
We're tomorrow's heroes of the future and now.
For Attorney S. Lee Merritt, please tell me your name and I'll try to connect you.
Hey, Marsha, it's Lee. I got your message.
Please hold. Thank you.
Back in
Please wait while I try to
February,
connect you.
still being threatened, retaliated, and attacked online. Like we absolutely did not allow great second coming
Please wait
Botham
while I try to
Jean,
connect you.
who would never do unto others, has
Voice message.
Lee Merritt, Shuan King, and Alissa with your press bullshit all year. You did. So Sia, Bella, and McKylan would appreciate them being alive and all a response. They'd like to testify and put their mother's murderers behind bars.
Fine, listen, I called you yesterday. We have a Facebook troll that I was trying to get clear whether or not you knew him or he was just making mention of your case. And I wondered who he was. And he inboxed me.
Mind you, you've been informed duly about him.
Name, hold on. I want to say his name is Robert Baty.
Okay, yeah, I do know of. He's been trolling me for about a year.
Got you. So he is somebody that's been trolled. Not somebody you know.
No, he's not. I think, honestly, he works for government because he's got way too many details.
That's what Lee was saying.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't know if he was in the court system, if he is.
Oh, he gets court shit before we do.
That's what he claims to be online, but he's got way too many. He has way too many like inside details, and then
He's the one working with professionals across the country who work with DCP&P and Children's Services doing this across the country.
One of the ones I was actually going to talk to you guys next week about if we could do cease and desist or what we should do about that.
So he's been following his mind harassing you as well.
Oh yeah, he's been following me for going on since the whole Memorial Day
This,
standoff.
everyone again is in February. Marsha, Lee Merritt, Shuan King. What conversations do you recall that you might have said to me
Close to 1 million people watching,
that made me,
and then
I don't know,
aftermath of it, since the aftermath, I've had like a little audience.
sit patiently?
Yeah.
Tag me in it. Find it. You can find it without any trouble. Tag me in it.
Well, I could definitely tag you in it. Yeah.
And another thing.
Why Shuan King when someone's calling my wife a sex slave? Are you worried about the white woman at Burger King calling someone this? Because your community has to deal with that. And my sex slave piece of trash, what? Her children have to deal with reading that shit when they grow up? Because Shuan King was here, a phone call away from Lee and Marsha, and fully duly informed, because those conversations I'll be playing too, Shuan and Lee. Like, you know, that class action that me and Shay built?
Representing Lee Kenworth. I mean, he says your whole name and everything. For some strange reason, Lee and his people have been touting this supposed legal dream team without identifying it. But, okay, if you haven't identified it, why is he no? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's kind of exactly why the woman who's doing that post, she's someone who interviewed me a while back, and she's the one who did the whole like dream team post, because she keeps asking me, and I'm telling her, don't tell anybody who it is. I want you guys to make, you know, like whatever announcement if you're
Right.
gonna make.
Does she know who it is?
That woman, she doesn't. She knows of the thing, but she doesn't know who it is. No.
Okay. Because secondly,
No, I honestly, Marsha, I've been wondering all year where the hell he's getting his information, because he's got stuff that, like, some of them have come out and said certain things about, like, the actual events that happened, and they'll say something that is not in anything that I've put online. It's not in anything that is out there. The only way that you could see that or know that is if you watch the police video or if you listen to their recordings. Yeah, and I did that specifically because of how many details there were and how much information it was. I didn't say until recently, like when I first came out online after my lawyer was doing everything last year in 2017, we did an interview in December, and then come like January, February, March, that's when I started to tell people that they pulled the EMS or not the EMS, rather, the cop pulled Shay away from me, and then I added a little bit more detail and a little bit more detail until finally I put in, the officer actually said to me, "Stand down, this is happening. Do not touch her, this is happening." You wouldn't say that unless you're letting my wife die. That's not negligence, that's not, that's murder. But
yeah, but my biggest thing with him on here is, what difference does it make to you?
Basically.
What difference does it make to him whether or not and he's saying on Pacer, he even said that Lee and his people were claiming interim appearance would be filed yesterday, the deadline given by the court, but no such appearance is posted to Pacer record on the case. Well, I'm wondering, how did he go to Pacer? Why would he go to Pacer and find out anything when New Jersey doesn't file through Pacer? I can't file electronically through Pacer.
Gotcha.
Yet all other lawyers across the country can.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know who exactly he is, but he definitely has inside
Utilizing
information.
the open court system that my opposition can freely use.
And another thing,
Wow.
in the event,
That's really
because
discrimination
we did not.
from the federal
We were
court.
not able to secure the filing on Friday. But I talked to him, he's not even saying.
Robert Baty has more access to
because
Pacer.
when I was reading the document says the motion is the 19th. Well, the 19th is Monday, the federal holiday.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I asked him, was that the motion date that the answer was going to be given? Because Texas doesn't do it like this. So, and Lee just said, he said, well, call Lee back. And it just, and I was just like, Lee emailed me and said that it was the 15th. And then I was the one who said, in reading the document, that it appeared that it was the 19th. And so I believe that if it comes back, my head is going to roll for that one. But I believe we will still be okay, because the 19th is a holiday. And then, so I am going to make sure that I get this, because New Jersey, I spent 2 days trying to get it to file on Pacer, and finally they tell me Friday late that you don't file. I can't file electronically through Pacer because they don't have next generation in New Jersey, which is the national filing.
Gotcha.
Electronic filing.
Interesting.
So
they're the one that's antiquated.
Exactly. They are antiquated, and so they make it truly difficult for attorneys that are not
In state. Yeah.
Not in the district. And then they have like 3 different courts. They have Camden, Newark, and Trenton. Well, if I sign and paster. Then once I find out the sign and paster, their court system has me jump through so many hoops on Friday. So, long story short, and done all that, we may have to enter an emergency into and see where we go from there. I mean, if anything, Leah's gonna have to tell me what it is to correct that and how we can correct it.
Okay, I mean, worst case too, if you guys need me Tuesday to bring any paperwork over to the court, even if they might not like it, I could also I could do that for you guys, and then
because you're right there local, yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe we're gonna definitely hold on. Let me see if you want me. Hold on just a second.
I actually, I'm so sorry for the stuttering. I do that sometimes.
Oh no, you go ahead. My son has a speech stammer.
I had it when I was a kid, and it usually doesn't come back. But every now and again, when I'm like nervous or anxious, it'll rear its head. But I don't
want to make you nervous. I really don't, and I.
No. Honestly, it's just I'm excited. I'm excited with
well, I don't want
guys.
it to be something. It's not going to be an end of the world kind of thing for us.
Oh yeah. No. I'm not at this point. So you guys know, Marsha, I'm ecstatic. I am not worried with you guys in any way, shape, or form. They can play with us as much as they want. I know where we are. I have you guys' representation.
If anything, if worse comes to worse, and they do dismiss it, I know we can refile it. So
good. I kind of figured that too.
Yeah. So I'm absolutely not 97% sure because you kept all the statutes alive. You've done remarkably. You might need to go to law school after this.
I honestly definitely plan to, because
Me and Shay
this is a fight that's for the rest of our lives.
did law, family.
When I tell you, I definitely want you on this think tank. When I formulate something, I got to get you, Sean, and Lee, and some of the other clients are people in position because I truly believe in my gut there is a systemic thing going on with child social services.
100%.
What me and Shay built a case against. Why, thank you, Marsha. Me, Lee, and Sean King need to sit down. February. I've been talking to you since October. Why, thank you, Lee Merritt and Sean King. You'll graciously sit down with me.
Until someone signs a contract, how real is any of a bunch of smoke getting blown up your ass?
Exactly. Literally.
Basically.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Basically, and that's where we were like, you want to know what? We're gonna turn around and we're gonna say no to this money, and we're gonna cause a whole shitload of waves because we can, because we're smart, and because people are listening to us. They've hated us.
Then they want to set out to murder you all, take your kids.
Exactly.
And the saddest part about that is they thought killing her
would shut me up.
You stop.
Exactly.
And because and I'm going to be perfectly honest, and because you're Caucasian.
Exactly. They thought that they could buy me. They could buy me.
It was easier for her to die.
Marsha, honestly, you have no idea some of the conversations that were in my face the 6 months after. You just said it flat out. Because I'm Caucasian. I had people in my face. Fuck her. You know she's not part of the country. Come on, just take the money. You don't need the world to know this. Why does the world need to know this?
And then plus, she was already gone. And it's like, are y'all serious? This is still his wife.
Basically, like she wasn't even my wife. She was like there's not a thought that we didn't share, and we finished each other's sentences. So it was that type of relationship where like we're thinking we're sharing a thought.
Yeah. She was really your soulmate.
Yeah.
Well, sweetheart, and I commend you for keep your legacy going in the midst of everything else you were going through.
Truly. Thank you so much. I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna put on the YouTube, and I'm gonna send you some videos on like the channel link thing that we did a couple weeks ago.
Please.
Yeah. So any of the ones that you guys want to be visible for the public, let me know. Anything else, I'm gonna start pulling down. That was gonna be my other question on Facebook and that type of thing. Should I just totally disengage? Stop answering. Stop.
Yes. Don't respond to the trolls. But if you want to keep it up just to see if they'll keep in, because we might have to end up, we could possibly trap them into something, because they'll slip and say something or whatever. But don't engage. Please tell me not to get engaged all the time. But they just say some of the outlandish stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So leave it up to be attacked.
It's really bad.
I'll tag you in the post that Shara,
everyone is gonna help me.
She's the one who made the post with the whole dream
So
team. She goes on her own wording. She's very
Right.
As soon as you I know her.
He's following her.
Exactly. He's trolling her on my story because she's talking to me.
Right.
Yeah, she's been talking to me since Memorial Day. She did 2 interviews when I got out of Carrier, like when I broke out of the window and everything. So she did that for me with the kids, because at that point we had no clue. Like honestly, all this media, I know it might be a problem, but I also have an answer for all of it, and it's what I had to do to get attention. It wasn't it wasn't what I wanted to do. Come.
Exactly.
Brian Dratch.
When I did the interview and Sia did the interview, we didn't release that interview until March, when we were in the middle of the country. We kept debating, do we want to release this? Because the minute this is released, it's only going to get more intense. It's my daughter saying that she saw the weapon.
Wow.
And then you came for my kids.
I'll get that one back online in the next hour, and I'll get that to you. I'm going to tag you in the post, because I did engage back and forth with them, but I kept my answers all within,
But free Meek Mill!
It's not going to hurt us.
Gotcha. All right.
Cool. But I'll stop at this point. I'll totally stop engaging. I'll tag you right now. And as far as an appearance, I'm not. I'm on the same page that you guys are. They're gonna screw with us.
All right, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Let's see what we're gonna do. Let's play a game, huh, Merritt?
Thank you.
Awesome. I'll talk to you Tuesday.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
I have some news for you guys.
Please hold. Thank
Even go, if need be, once it comes to it, you know what I'm saying? You guys could state, because of liability issues, we can't or won't state that. You know what I'm saying? We're a different organization. We're not, being bigger, we're bigger and open up to a little bit different liability than someone who's, Well, I don't even think we'll get to that, you know what I'm saying? Because realistically, the fact that you guys are saying I'm not on medication, I'm not symptomatic.
We're not presenting symptoms of bipolar.
Exactly. You could go as far as you want, and as far as you guys.
Yeah, well, that's why. So during our meeting this week, I'm going to discuss it with Peggy and Kevin.
Perfect. You think you guys could have it for next week?
Possibly. Okay. If you can provide that letter, then I can get it done in minutes.
Perfect. You're just waiting for the go-ahead. Gotcha.
And Peggy, I'm sure, is the same way.
Let them know Lee Merritt's on the case.
Okay.
Yeah, he's on the case.
Okay, so we have to do the right things here. Unless we could buy Lee Merritt and Sean King.
Yeah.
We've got a good big reputation.
And Sean King. So Lee Merritt and Sean King work together. So Sean King and the new platform that Sean King just built, and all
Like
of
Marsha
his followers and everything,
and me have been talking about.
they will be blasting the story out.
Lee Merritt have been talking about.
So that's what these letters are.
You'll be protecting me from these onslaughts of attacks and civil rights issues.
This is 8 months. This is yeah.
since he's out of state, it's like a pacer is the the whole thing. Actually, here, let me find this for you first. Pacer, it's like a court document type thing, and you go on, and lawyers have a different access to it where they can now upload stuff automatically.
But I can't access that as a pro se litigant. I can't get treated like a lawyer at all by any court or anybody, yet I'm a better lawyer than all of you.
Parents, they called the court said, oh, you have to submit this and this document. So they did that on Friday morning, like Thursday night, Friday morning.
In order to build a case, a criminal case against criminals, you need to be a lawyer and know what laws they're breaking.
To just delay the actual appearance, right now, but that's where it's like...
That's why real good cops are real good men and women, because they're lawyers. And they actually have integrity enough to die for you. That's military and police who take it seriously.
That one's the actual amended complaint, and in the amended complaint, with all the codes that I put in and everything, Marsha, she's his personal assistant. She was telling me, she's like, even if it gets thrown out, we're refiling. And she's like, and with everything that you did, all the work that you put in with the amended complaint and everything, she's like, it's not getting thrown out.
Okay.
So like, and part of the problem that they're having right now, the opposition, the division, all these fucking assholes, is like, I had the division recorded. The 3 weeks before Shay died, me, Sia, and Shay, and Kai even, Kai's chiming in, but he wasn't, like, he saw the gun, and then, Shay pulled him away. So he knew about the gun, he knew about, but he wasn't...
What gun?
The gun that the homeowner had when it was the whole threat.
Right.
Yeah. So he saw it too, but for him it wasn't as impactful as it was to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like he's still in that kid mentality. So for him, he jumps into seriousness and he gets serious and then he goes back to his tablet. You know what I'm saying? So like when we're going through that stuff, we try to keep him to where he's not, adult Kai, like soldier Kai, because he'll process it. He'll freak him the fuck out. So we just, we always kept Kai distracted and not fully know of what was going on. You know what I'm saying? So like if we were moving again, and sometimes Kai would ask, why are we moving? Is the division looking for us? No, but everything's fine. Meanwhile, he is like, don't want to forget that. I don't want to forget that. That's got to go in the first trip. She's like, this first trip might be a first trip and an only trip because we might not get back here for 2 months. So she's picking out her toys that she wants with her in the next spot when we get there, till I can get back to get the stuff. So like,
Very different temperaments between...
Totally different. Yeah, Sia's always been. Sia's been like extremely aware because like I told you, we lived together and everything when like since forever. Like we didn't, unless we had to do this type of thing, we didn't. We just said.
I raised my kids and I was there for everything.
But like,
Phil Infante knows that. Michael D'Arcangelo knows that. Tim Howes knows that. Sharon Dwyer knows that.
you know what I'm saying?
Jose and Nelly absolutely know that because we lived with them.
Like, don't come out during a day where
Me and Shay and the kids revolved around and helped and took care of them, and they took care of us.
in the house, and I would go upstairs sometimes when they were out, food, sandwich, whatever, because we didn't have like a full functioning kitchen downstairs.
That's why Shay's parents were moving in with us, for us to now take care of her parents the way that we took care of my grandmother. That's what Robert Martin, Richard Anderson, Lauren Anderson, Richard Pizzuti, Chief O'Connor, Valenti is the internal affairs, yeah?
No, Grandpa's here.
Hagerty and Riena.
It's okay, babe, I'm allowed to be here, and then that's when she had to like...
That's what you scumbags stole, bro.
Alright, so, what are we hiding, what are we not?
You stole our lives.
And then...
My grandmother's estate that, yeah, Sharon and Casey are all pissed the fuck off that they're not getting a piece of something that me and Shay paid almost $150,000 in the 2-3 years that we took care of my grandmother. That's why Shay upped her earnings by double and took it from 60 to 80 grand to 160, pushing $225,000. So you're all scumbags. Oh yeah, Robert, you might want to talk to your lawyers, dumbass, and talk about the conversations that you and I had about the business call that was on that recording, the 45 minutes, where I offered you that olive branch, that peace offering of, here, you criminal, complicit jerk-off, instead of me buying your house with you controlling money that you're going to give me and my spick wife that I've been told to keep on a leash, jerk-off. How about you don't invest in us, don't get us shit, we just work together and we employ your employees at ADT, asshole. Because we're in a staffing business, asshole. And since you supply like 10,000 new employees a month, and you hire firms like ours, dipshit. And then, do you remember the other conversations, Robert, about how would we do it and set it up right before then, trying to fuck us and take our children, Robert? Those conversations are going to be great, Robert. Those are called corporate espionage, Robert.
I could drop it by tonight or tomorrow. Yeah, definitely.
I would really, Robert Martin, hope that you and your fucking piece of shit daughter set that business up with ADT. I can't wait to find that one out. Just like your illegal subsidized housing, shithole, slumlord, fucking dirtbag, piece of shit daughter lives like, Bobby. That really got under your skin when I told the truth about who your fucking family is, you and her.
If you did case management and...
But you and her sat there and laughed about how dumb and fucking stupid right in front of your grandchildren. Right in front of your grandchildren. How fucking stupid Richard Anderson is. Shay, he's as dumb as a fucking bag of rocks. I told her, don't marry this dumb fucking bag of rocks.
Might be our gamble. That's how we can do it. You see what I'm saying? Like I concur with...
Great example for your grandchildren, those dumb bag of rocks. But thank God for your genes, right? Your pedigree genes, Robert.
That's my... The medication and the bipolar is the... It is in a sense, but the fact that you're seeing me weekly and you could attest to no symptoms and you're qualified to say that, it bodes well. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So it's...
I'll let you know next week about it.
What I'll do is I'll kind of type up like just an example too of the letter. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Just so you guys could see it and you guys can see like.
I can get a copy of it.
I'll get a copy of his letter.
Now, mind you, Care Plus is one of those theft of honest service places that don't write letters in parents' favors, even when they, like Justin here stated multiple times. Because I've got about maybe 20-something hours with me and Justin. At least 7 of those hours, Justin is stating how coherent and intelligent and smart I am. And how he's so sorry and he cried with me about the loss of my wife. So, you know?